How do you do? We're about to unfold the story of Frankenstein. He's one of the strangest tales ever told. I think it will thrill you. It may shock you. It might even horrify you. Well, we've warned you.
And that was your warning. Welcome back to Frankenstein Minute, the podcast where we dissect the Universal Frankenstein films minute by minute. I'm Bill Evenson.
And I'm Tom Lang, and we are at minute 29 of 1931's Frankenstein, as the Baron Frankenstein, Henry's father, storms off to find the other woman.
Yeah, there is another woman, and I'm going to find her, and walks out the door.
Walks
like,
out.
I'm literally
I'm
going to do
going
this.
right fucking now.
Right now. He goes out the door. What was I doing? What was I going to do? Something important.
Sit and smoke, I believe.
Yeah, that's right. I was smoking. Where's my smoking room? And he comes back in. No, Baron. Great. If this podcast produced new iconic lines.
Right.
No, Baron. That's like anything Bowles says.
Anything Bowles says. I'm just going to string them all
But
together.
what of his work? What about his work?
His manner was very strange.
Yeah, that's a good one. That should be a T-shirt.
His manner was
it's just a picture of
Bowles.
A picture of Bowles.
His manner was very strange. Place your orders now.
And on the back, it's like, I saw him walking through the woods. His manner was very strange.
Okay.
Bowles is even in this minute. Okay, so there he goes.
He goes off to find...
jackass goes.
Yep. And there is no other woman now, but 4 years later there will be.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yep.
There'll be another woman
Something to look forward to.
and another man, which we'll get into at that time.
There's a lot of
There's a lot of going on there, yeah. Many
And
layers, lots of subtext.
Many layers.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah, I suppose Henry could have been creating a woman, and then he'd be right.
You would be right.
But he chose not to.
He chose not to.
I don't know. I guess I would probably choose him. What would you make? I guess,
you seem kind of
like,
pervy if you start off with a woman.
I was just going to say, at our advanced age, maybe it's harder to remember. But back at that age, maybe it would be like, you saw Weird Science.
Yes,
you know
exactly,
what I mean?
yes.
There was no question about what they were making.
Right.
But Henry doesn't go there.
Henry doesn't go there.
Yep.
He's purely a man of science. He's not thinking with his crotch.
At least we don't think, maybe. Absolutely.
Like I
Could
said,
be
we'll see some
anything
things.
Could happen.
There's some things in the sequel that suspect.
Cast some
aspersions.
Some doubt. No, I didn't mean that. Just some doubt, some questions on some of these things.
Yeah.
And that's it. So that's this minute starts with a few seconds.
Just a couple
seconds
of
that, and then we get a fade out and a fade into.
And again, the fade in and out is not as long as it was previously.
Okay.
After the creation scene, again, I think it was to give the audience a little time to calm down.
Yep.
Now we're back at it.
Boom, back at it.
Just a little.
Well, plus what we're fading into is pretty relaxing.
Yes,
You've
it's
got
a static shot, a wide
our
shot.
third character smoking.
Yes.
This time it's Henry.
Henry having a little post.
So the third character that'll be
post-orgasm.
dead within 8 years or 7 years smoking. I don't know. That he doesn't die from that, so it really doesn't count.
No.
But he's truly relaxed.
Yeah,
for the first
he's having
time.
like a post-orgasm cigarette.
Absolutely,
there.
yes. He's not the same character we've seen at any point up until
he's got
now.
his feet up. He's kicked back. He literally flopped into the chair.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's leaning. He's
slumped back.
Yeah, he's smoking the fuck out of that cigarette. Yep. He is smoking it. He's puffing. He's puffing on it. There's smoke all over the place.
And Waldman, meanwhile, in the background, is pacing back and forth like a caged animal.
Yep.
He's upset. And the nice touch that I've always really liked at this point is that all the machinery is covered up under sheets. Everything is kind of tidied up a little bit. Yeah, okay. All the hard work is done. Going to enjoy the spoils for a while.
Yeah,
so
I'm going to smoke this cigarette.
Smoke the fuck out of this cigarette.
And I think, what is he smoking? I think it's a cigarette. And I think maybe that can contribute to why he was so nervous before. He was really jumpy.
He just needed a nicotine fit. Yeah.
Yep.
Didn't have the patch back then.
Didn't have the patch,
So.
But, then he says, that iconic line comes back again, sit down.
Sit down,
Doctor. Be patient.
I like the lighting of that. It was the square overhead light, which we haven't seen before.
I was just going to say, do we see that before?
No, I don't think so.
When you were talking about what the room looks like, it occurs to me, I don't really know where I'm looking right now.
This is
because it's not at the
landing.
desk, is
no,
it?
This is the desk is on the landing as you come in.
Mm-hmm.
The desk is kind of off to one side, and then there's that little window.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just right up there. So the main lab stuff
this is that
right,
desk?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is right below them.
It seems bigger.
Well, maybe they brought it in, but I've always read it as the same one. And you just cleared off.
They got to be right around there. But like you said, that light is different.
Yeah, we've never seen that light before.
Maybe they're in another room. Well, no, you said the equipment's there.
The equipment's there.
I should pay closer attention to these minutes. But I didn't notice the equipment being there at all. So
it's in the background with sheets over it.
Okay.
Off to the right side.
That is interesting. Yeah.
It's kind of like, okay, the work's done.
We're not making any more of these guys.
This is a one-off.
It's kind of a one-off. If we do need the equipment, I gotta go to the graves, then I gotta go to the gallows.
So we want to get it dusty.
Yeah, that's right.
Strickfaden paid a lot for that.
Renting this to us, it's loaned to us.
Right.
We're leasing this equipment.
Leasing it. Sit down, Doctor.
Yes, and then he says, "Mark my word." So let's mark those words.
Let's
see if he's right.
Who knows?
I think we will find out whether he was right.
Whether he was right or not.
So mark my words. I didn't write this down, but it's mark my words. This creature will prove dangerous.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, or he must be kept under guard.
Mm-hmm.
This creature of yours must be kept under guard.
He definitely says dangerous. I have to mark my words because I scribbled that down. And that's the other thing. Okay, so maybe he doesn't. Maybe he does kept under guard. But either way, let's mark all his words.
Yeah, mark all the words.
I noticed the subtitles. He says he will prove dangerous, and when I listened to it, I listened to it like 6 or 7 times. I kept turning it up to make sure. It really sounds like he says he will prove dangerous, but I guess I would expect him to say it. So I really kind of wanted the subtitles to be wrong.
Yeah.
But I guess he's saying he, which doesn't sound right from Waldman at this point.
No, it kind of flip-flops back and forth between he and it later.
Does he?
Yeah. Well, not everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody kind of does.
Yep. So in this one, he does say he.
He does say he.
And it is a guy.
It is a guy. Let's face it.
I guess. Gender's fluid.
Yeah.
But this guy...
Not that fluid.
Not that fluid. So he does... Yeah. I was going to go into more detail, the anatomical detail on why he's a he, but... We can talk about the Schwanstucker in about 9 years.
Yeah.
Poor old Waldman.
Poor old Waldman.
So completely the tables have turned here. Yeah. Now he's condescending.
Henry is, yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's getting a little bit of his payback.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, who was right? Who was wrong?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yep,
give it up.
He's earned it.
Yeah. Oh, I'm saying we can't do that now, so that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's true. He invented X-rays.
Brought this body that he made with his own hands to life.
With his own hands, you say?
With his own hands.
Oh,
yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. Again, can you do it?
I every once in a while I think that it would be interesting to make a birdhouse. You know what I mean? Make anything. You make stuff.
I make stuff.
You make stuff. So you don't know
yeah.
that I don't make anything of any consequence.
Well, I don't either, but
I asked a guy to do a podcast once. It's about where I'm at.
As far as you've gone, yeah.
This is my achievement.
So you've left a legacy of sorts.
A legacy. This is my... Yeah, well, it's true. That's probably true. Yeah, poor old Waldman. Well, one of the things I think is interesting then is Clive is given all the leeway, and I feel like I've said this before, and I'll probably say it again.
Yeah.
Clive, the camera is on Clive a lot in this movie, where he's not speaking. He's just pausing between sentences. Mm-hmm. And this is one of them here where he says, poor old Waldman, and looks at him. And then he leans in to deliver the next line, but he still doesn't deliver it. He then brings his hand up and leans down on his hand and says, have you... And he looks down at him. You've
got to be patient. You can't expect perfection at once.
Well, there you go. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because
this is... It's indicated he says it's only been a few days. Yeah. So this is a couple days later. What has happened in those 2? Was Waldman there the whole time, or has he come back to?
Waldman was there the whole time
to check on what's going on.
I have an opinion on this. Waldman was there the whole time.
I think so too, but go ahead.
Well, he wouldn't leave. He's pacing around. He's waiting for this moment that spoilers,
where things go
is coming
awry.
Up pretty soon.
Yeah.
He's very concerned. Everything has completely changed. Now the person most sold on the resurrection of a body, resurrection's the wrong word because
body has never lived,
is Waldman. He's completely on board, and he's changed his tune to a completely different tune But he's still as rock solid.
It's still the reactionary.
Yeah.
Not
so fine. You did do this. First, he was skeptical that he could do it. But now, equally important. Oh fuck! Now you have done it.
Have you thought this through?
I'm not gonna leave. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's been there the whole
time.
time.
Yeah, I think so too. That's how I've always read it. Pacing.
Only a few days old.
You've got to give it time.
Yeah. You can't expect perfection at once. All of this talk is not what I would expect to hear from the character that we've
just
gone through
flip
20
out.
Some minutes. Yeah. And he has smacking Fritz around.
Yeah.
Careful. Digging up things.
Comparing himself to God,
Yeah. Yeah.
Now he's, again, it's the post-orgasm come down. He's
absolutely true.
The dopamine or whatever has kicked in.
The nicotine ain't hurting either.
And there's a coffee pot on the table, so he's had a little coffee. He's relaxed. There's a coffee pot right next to a skull, which is odd. But
that Waldman probably brought that.
Yeah, I got one of my skulls.
I'm gonna send for one of my skulls.
I got a ton of them in my office. You got to see it.
You have any skulls? Oh no, don't worry about it. I'll have six sent over. I'll six in my emergency stash. Guy's pockets are full of them.
Pockets are full of skulls. Left one out in the carriage when they arrived.
But yeah, he's completely he's philosophical now.
Henry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He had none of that before.
Right.
It was more like he honestly his attitude towards Waldman and everything Waldman represents was like a fuck you.
Yeah.
Really was. Yeah. And now he's like, now that I've proven, and I guess I see his point. Now that I've proven that I'm right. Everything you think is wrong.
Everything you know is wrong. Yeah.
Then let's relax
let's enjoy this.
I knew all along that this is how the world is. The world is a place where you do this.
Yeah.
The world is a place where someone can just do this. And so now we're in this new reality. I'm totally happy with it.
Yeah, let's enjoy it.
And Baldwin's like, no, rightfully so.
Again, Baldwin's not wrong here.
Yeah.
He's doing exactly what we would do if we were in that situation.
He does say some stuff, I think, in the next minute that we can discuss.
Yeah.
In the next minute, we'll discuss some of it.
Right.
But that I don't agree with. He is right to be concerned. He is right to be concerned at all that any of this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, this is pretty overboard. And the speech that Henry then said, "If you never wanted to do anything dangerous." Mm-hmm. Not in the shooting script at all, which I find very telling. And the thought is, and I've read this, I've heard it, that Whale added this himself. Looking at it, he's an outsider. Whale was an artistic homosexual in a rough, dirty, low-class town growing up. Was a homosexual in World War I in the trenches.
Yeah, right.
Very much the outsider, very much the misfit through his whole life. So this speech is like, he's got some real insight into what Henry's saying there.
Yeah, and I'm really glad you said that because it is easy to read that into it. Well, just the way he kind of looks at him, like, I never wanted to do anything that was dangerous. You could interpret that, and I don't, but you could sort of interpret it as being a sort of not coming on to him exactly, but just sort of being like, the way you think it is. It doesn't always have to be like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And with that context you're talking about, then it's definitely there.
Oh, yeah, it's very deliberate. I
think. The gay subtext is definitely there.
It is. I mean, it's certainly much more overt than some of the later films.
Yeah.
You
think?
A little.
I don't know, man. I guess we'll see.
Yeah, but I think it's, not even just the gay aspect, but the outsider, the weirdo,
right.
the misfit.
That's right. I mean, I do that. I once again appreciate you saying that because I think of it in terms of the same way that people look at the X-Men as being gay. You know what I mean? That subtext is always there, and it's always a subtext until fairly recently.
Right.
Because you just don't talk about this.
Yeah.
Except James Whale again.
Who
was it, like you said, an openly gay man. Like maybe the first openly gay man in Western history. I think probably not. But like you say, openly gay in a time where
it was career suicide.
Yeah, absolutely. Was
so that's when he found Universal. It was the perfect place because they would they didn't really.
Yeah, what does that have to do with anything?
Whatever.
I don't
Yeah,
care.
you make money, great.
Yeah, right.
Whereas once the Lemleys were out of the picture, the other studios weren't tolerant of that at all.
Right, that makes sense.
And which is pretty much what killed his career.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's the and I think too the artist. Speaking as one,
that's true. Sure.
You find that where you kind of again the misfit. The places I've worked, it's always been sort of the necessary evil.
Yeah.
So there's that too, and I think we see more of that aspect of it with Pretorius in the sequel.
Yes.
As the artist as outcast.
Outsider,
Yeah.
sure. And I'm glad we've got 80 minutes or whatever it is to talk about that film.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking about all the things I could add to the Pretorius part of it.
Yeah.
Because you can come at it from
All kinds
any
of
angle and it works. But we don't have to do that.
No,
for
not yet.
a while
not
yet.
for a while.
I have a quick question for you,
Yes.
Tom. Have you ever wanted to know what changes the darkness into light?
Maybe when I was like 2, because I know that the Earth rotates.
I don't know if you've seen it. There's a light switch over by the door.
Yeah, there's that.
That's
but I also
what
know that
changes
the Earth rotates on its axis away from the sun.
Well, you're going with the heliocentric as opposed to
the electricity.
What's the other centric? There's two ways.
Right. There's
is heliocentric versus Earth-centric? What would that
Earth-centric,
be?
yeah,
I don't know which one's which. I might have said it the other way. Yeah, so you subscribe to the
the Earth is revolving around the sun.
rotating.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the rotation.
That
changes the darkness into light. All right.
Glad we solved
Good
that
answer.
one. Yes, thank you.
Works for me.
Prepare for a spine-tingling, nerve-shattering podcast featuring all your favorite monsters. You won't believe your ears when you listen to Monster Kid Radio. Hear your host, Derek M. Cook, and his ever-rotating stable of guests discuss your favorite classics and sometimes not-so-classic monster movies. Subscribe to Monster Kid Radio through iTunes or Stitcher, or visit monsterkidradio.net before the next weekly episode of Monster Kid Radio. Go through the archives for interviews with Sarah Karloff, Victoria Price, and Joel Hodgson. Listen to discussions about movies like Creature from the Black Lagoon, Island of Terror, and King Kong. And don't forget convention coverage from Monster Bash and the H.P. Lovecraft Film Festival. Classic Monsters, Modern Talk, and the head of Rondo Hatton. Only on Monster Kid Radio.